Dezrocksteady at King of the Pit TV.
Yes, now bless now. Don't forget the rest now. Dezrocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Alright. Testament. I don't know much about Testament. Finding this album, I found that their debut, which is this record, The Legacy, came out in 87. So Testament are a little later on down the line than I assumed they would be. I thought they were like a real first wave thrash band, but a little later on, a little deeper into the history of thrash metal, which is quite surprising and to me is actually quite exciting because I feel music is better, genres are better when there's a little bit of a polish added into the mix, when there's a bit more understanding and a bit more room for maneuver as opposed to it just being strict and stubborn and stuck as a basic foundational sort of stage. I think a second wave of most things tends to be better than the first. We've got the second wave of black metal, we've got the death metal of the 90s, we've got, hardcore punk hardcore as we get into the 80s, the mid 80s and so forth. And what else have we got? We've got two-tone ska as opposed to first wave Trojan. Now that is debatable because it's two separate elements, but I like the polish, I like the added flair that gets added with the production value and the understanding of the music from the sound engineers and so forth. So that being said, I've got my fingers crossed and I have very high hopes that Testament are going to bring forward something very good on this record. I know it's early days, it's their first, but here we are. So we're starting off big with a music video. So, man, they hit the ground running with this LP. I wonder who put it out. We're going to find these things out as we get into the record. This one's Over the Wall. Shout out to all the thrashers out there. Let's go. VH1 classic. Bay Area. Heavy. Looks a bit like Lars. Right, these dudes are moshing out in a prison cell. That's a first. I've never seen that before. That's one of a kind. One thing I gotta give Testament at this point is that they do seem a little bit all over the place, a little confused as far as structuring goes. And that's not to say that they need to be writing pop songs, but you know, it can be a bit jarring at times, the switches of the sections. That's what I think. Wow. That's a bit of Maiden, that, don't you think? I cannot stand people like this. Michael Kurtz said, "Man, Testament have got to be the most overlooked / underrated / ignored band ever. We have no one to blame but ourselves. I mean, us, the consumers." Michael, shut the hell up. I cannot stand people who want to speak on behalf of other people. Bruh, I'm here listening to Testament right now for the very first time, putting it out there in the open to talk about Testament to people, and this guy's going on about we got no one to blame but ourselves. Michael, go shove it, you idiot. Somebody's got to respond to that saying, speak for yourself. People talk about Forbidden. Should I check out some Forbidden, people? Because I agree, Forbidden. If Forbidden are a great band, then they must be overlooked, because I don't know much about Forbidden whatsoever. They are not the most underrated. They are bigger than any black and death metal band, and are the 5th biggest thrash band. That's a fair response. Antoine says they were a little late at the scene. There were much bands before that. They are a mammoth premier thrash band, so it might have just been a sign of the times. They might have come around as, you know, playing that style of music might have been a little later on down the line now. They're not really that underrated. They are just the pioneers of the second wave of thrash and get a buttload of credit for it. Testament forever. There we go, the second wave of thrash. Sweet. It was good. It was good. I mean, I don't have too much to say at this point. We're going to continue on. It's not bad music, is it? But it's thrash metal. It's thrash metal. I want to hear some heavy hitting riffs. I just want mosh riffs. I don't want push pit riffs. I want mosh riffs. I want ignorant riffs. I want to hear an ignorant riff. We got The Haunting coming up next.